Greetings, 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 royal family. Welcome back to the channel. It's the morning boogie time. Wherever you are, if it's morning, say hello, say good morning. All right, happy Tuesday, everybody. It is November 3rd, election day. Yeah, so just stay tuned. That's all I got to say about that. Anyway, got a cute lineup. We got some shenanigans. You know, Halloween is over. I think I said that yesterday. So the countdown to Thanksgiving begins. We're going to talk about Cardi B. She officially, legally dismisses her divorce from Offset. Who's surprised? I'm not. The Braxton sisters, they sat down with Claudia Jordan. They also visited the Hollywood Life podcast and had some things to clear up, I guess, about the upcoming season of the Braxton Family Values. We got Whoopi Goldberg. She told MoNique that she needs to leave her husband, and MoNique is not happy about that. So she recently did an interview as well, MoNique that is, on a podcast, and she also has a YouTube channel that she does with her husband, Mr. Sidney Hicks, and she addressed the situation. And we got a sprinkle of other topics. So kick back, relax, please, please pay your admission fee, hitting the like button. Those of you who are new here, that's all it is. All you got to do is hit that like button as you're coming in the room. Please, that is your admission fee. So all my A1 day ones, my regulars, this is sounding like a broken record, I'm sure. All right. So before we get into today's Morning Boogie lineup, let's start off with a little bit of shenanigans. Like I said, the countdown to Thanksgiving begins, okay? And this young man here, he seems a little bit excited. So let's see what he got going on. Like to see it and hear it? Here it go. Little man was popping and locking. Woo! See, it was at this moment that Chris Brown and Usher took over his body. Hey, hey, you see that transformation? Shout out to Little Man. I ain't mad at you, honey. You better get your dance on. So he is excited for Thanksgiving, and so am I. All right, who is up next on this lineup? Lord have mercy. K Michelle. Do you guys know that K Michelle and Keisha Cole, they've had their like back and forth, right? So they haven't always gotten along. Oh gosh. So it seems like K Michelle called Keisha Cole fake. So here's how it all started. So K Michelle, she's been making headlines, right? Because K Michelle always be in somebody else's business, and she always got something to say about somebody else's situation. And she kind of seems like she likes to get involved in beef. That's what it seems like to me. Over the years, K Michelle does not hold her tongue, and she always got a lot to say. So a lot of people oftentimes compare K Michelle, for whatever reason, compare K Michelle and Keisha Cole to one another. Yeah, and I don't know why. But anyway, this is what happened. So of course it all starts on the internets. So this is what Keisha Cole posted to her social media, right? The Shade Room actually captured this, but Keisha Cole put, gotta watch these industry people. Some be fake as bleep, for real. And most have a agenda. I'm actually happy to hit my 40s soon. I can see the bleep clear as day now. Inhale, exhale, right? Okay, she could be talking about anything, anyone. Then here comes K Michelle. But you the fakest one, I laugh. What? K. Michelle, grow up. It's always something with her. Always something with her. So of course, social media is like, oh, she calling Keisha Cole fake. You know. Now, K. Michelle said that she was tweeting song lyrics, right? I ain't even gonna bother pulling up her social media. It's just always something with that K. Michelle. She said that she was actually working on song lyrics. She just moved to Nashville. She was showing her house in Nashville because she's getting into the, building up her name in the country music circuit. She's supposed to be working with, I think, Dolly Parton and somebody else. Anyway, so she was showing off her house in Nashville. I saw that on her Instagram stories. But she said that she was tweeting out or posting song lyrics. K. Michelle, yeah, right. Knock it off, knock it off, knock it off. You are always in some mess. What is the issue with these two? I'm gonna keep it real. As far as either one of their music, it's a no for me. I know. It sounds crazy, right? I don't listen to Keisha Cole's music. There's one song in particular, the song that she did with Diddy last night. I thought that she sang her heart out in that song, and I love that song. I mean, I don't hate her music, but definitely not my go-to. Like, let me put on some Keisha Cole. Same thing with K. Michelle. Let me put on some K. Michelle. So K. Michelle is still being messy as usual. Nothing to see here. Are you guys liking the video? Welcome. If you're just joining, welcome to the Morning Boogie. It's supposed to be a morning show. It's morning somewhere. It's not morning where I am when this is broadcasting, but it's all good. Hit the like button, drop your comments, say hello. This is not going to be a long one. Definitely, because today's supposed to be a holiday for me. It's election day, and I need to be off of social media completely for my sanity. All right, let's move this along. These two, this lovely couple, this is Jeezy and Genie Mai. Now, Genie Mai said that she's having 2 weddings. And I'm like, why? Okay, now this article is according to Madame Noir. I was taking a read. And Genie Mai, she says she's not going to have a typical wedding. Now, when it's time for her wedding to rapper Jeezy, she's walking down the aisle not once, but twice. This is during an interview that she did with Access Hollywood, right? Genie Mai said that she's having 2 weddings in order to have a traditional Vietnamese wedding, which is something that her mother really wants. Now, she's very close with her mom, and her mother seems very, I don't want to say strict, but she seems very, like, she's intense. I like her personality, her mother. She's brought her mother on The Real a couple of times, but it's kind of like it goes my way and what I say goes. So I think Jeannie, she appeases her mom, and like the article said, her mother wants a traditional wedding, so she's going to please her mother and also do what it is that she wants. Now, she says, my mom, being Vietnamese, wants a very Vietnamese traditional wedding. This was she said during the interview with Access Hollywood. She wants Jay, my fiance, to wear the Vietnamese garb and to do some of the Vietnamese practices like the tea ceremony. Now, the second ceremony is going to comprise of everything that she, Genie Mai, and her future husband, Jeezy, want their wedding to be. She goes on to say, I obviously want a fun throwdown with pizza afterwards. What? Pizza? Okay, Genie, it's your wedding. You can have pizza if you want to. She goes on to say, I want to have a couple of Dancing with the Stars dances in our reception. So we've decided that we're going to have 2 weddings. We're going to have one the way me and Jay want, and then we'll have the one for Mama Mai. Just because if we don't, we're going to hear it for the rest of our lives. Yeah, because her mother seems to like kind of, she drives the nail in the wall and she won't stop. Now, Genie Mai also said that she also plans on having some wardrobe changes throughout her 2 ceremonies. She says, I'm a fashion girl, so this is my chance to go out there and have fun. Jay loves fashion too. So I'm sure not only will there be wedding dresses, we're going to have the after party outfit, the after hours outfits. We want to really have fun with this because this is our big day. You know what I noticed? Genie Mai always is the one that speaks up for their relationship. You never hear Jeezy say, well, I haven't heard. Let me not say you never hear. Maybe he does talk about it. He's supposed to be getting a talk show, right? On Fox Soul. I mean, has that started yet? I haven't checked into that. Has it started yet? If any of you guys know, is he vocal about his relationship? I haven't. I'm speaking for myself. I haven't heard him give any interviews to any publications or get on any platforms, podcasts, nothing, and say, yeah, my wife to be and this and that and this and that. So that's very interesting. Interesting. Now, Genie Mai, she also made headlines regarding her upcoming marriage recently after her comments about wanting to submit to Jeezy once she becomes his wife. Now, I talked about that before. A lot of people weren't happy about that. I don't understand why. It's her marriage, her relationship. She want to submit to his sneakers. That's her choice. I don't see how that affects anyone outside of their marriage. Whatever. I mean, Lonnie Love wasn't excited about it, but it is what it is. And also, I saw Genie Mai was actually hospitalized recently because she has she's been diagnosed with a medical condition. I wonder if that's going to affect her Dancing with the Stars. Every time some of these celebrities get on Dancing with the Stars, somebody ends up in the hospital. It's a lot. I got to do a separate review for Dancing with the Stars, too. I haven't even watched it. Anyway, let's move along to Miss MoNique, Queen MoNique. Now, MoNique has no plans of shutting up about her issues with power players in Hollywood that says that they're basically out to blackball her due to her fight for equal pay. Now, this is according to CheatSheet.com, AceShowbizCheatSheet.com. I enjoy reading their articles, along with a couple of other outlets as well. Now, you guys already know that MoNique is entangled. She's in litigation, basically, with Netflix. Last I checked up on this months ago, the judge is allowing her to go forward with her lawsuit. Netflix wanted to dismiss her claims, and the judge said, she can proceed. Go on, MoNique. So some headway is being made. I haven't checked to see any updates about the case. If you guys know, drop it in the comments and let me know, right? So you guys already know that she is in litigation with Netflix. Prior to that, she called out Lee Daniels, Tyler Perry, and Oprah. And, she had some intense words for them, to say the least, right? And she's speaking her truth, okay? She's speaking her truth, and she feels that she is being blackballed because of it. She also had a lot to say about Whoopi Goldberg and lays out her issues with the talk show host in a recent interview. So MoNique's appearance on The View to discuss her public fallout with Winfrey, Perry, and Daniels, as well as her discrimination claims against Netflix, quickly turned sour. During the chat, MoNique speaks of believing Winfrey, Perry, and Daniels contributed to her being blackballed in Hollywood. Now, according to the Oscar-winning actor, or actress, I should say, she began receiving fewer offers for work after declining to do international press for the film Precious, right? This is just taking you down memory lane. Daniels directed the film, and both Winfrey and Perry helped to promote it. Now, what did Tyler Perry have to do with Precious? Nothing, right? That was all Lee Daniels and Oprah, no? Anyway, I'll save that for another day. As a result, MoNique says major companies began to undermine her value, including Netflix. She is currently suing Netflix for gender bias and discrimination based upon race. She alleges the streaming company did not give her an adequate offer for a comedy special due to her being a black woman. Goldberg, Whoopi that is, disagrees with MoNique's stance. During the interview, Goldberg tells MoNique that she's misguided in her approach. Per MoNique, their conversation continued in Goldberg's dressing room, in which MoNique says Goldberg made disparaging remarks about her husband, who is also her manager. Goldberg also allegedly told MoNique that she needs to focus solely on herself and not creating a movement for equality for those who come after her. Oh. Now, despite walking away from the conversation with Goldberg disheartened, MoNique insists that she's not upset. Instead, she says Goldberg is the one who is misguided and hints that Whoopi lacks integrity. MoNique spoke of her feelings during a recent interview with Claudia Jordan on her Fox Soul show, Out Loud with Claudia Jordan. Claudia Jordan has been getting some good interviews lately. She did also sit down with the Braxton sisters, Tracy, Tawanda, and Trina, and it was pretty good. I'll definitely touch on that. MoNique says, I was heartbroken that day in her dressing room personally because I was watching our icon and our legend be scared. This is what MoNique says. She goes on to say that people's perception of her trying to be shady towards Goldberg is incorrect. Now, MoNique famously blasted Whoopi for not earning what she says Whoopi deserves for her work on The View. She says she told Whoopi that her husband has been her saving grace in her career. This is what she says. What I was saying was that she was looking into my eyes and she said to me, it's your husband. You got to get rid of your husband. And I said, Whoopi, my husband negotiated the biggest deals I have had in my career, along with our attorney, Ricky Anderson, 2 black men. And she went dead silent. Now, MoNique further explained that she's offended by Whoopi's advice. Whoopi allegedly told MoNique to worry solely about herself and not trying to set an example for others to stand up for what they believe in. At that moment, I knew Whoopi Goldberg wasn't worried about me because I'm the little girl coming behind her. Overall, MoNique says that she does not believe that Whoopi has had bad intentions. Instead, she believes that Whoopi said such due to fear of MoNique losing everything in her fight for equality. Now, not everybody, a lot of people have issues with Sidney Hicks, who is MoNique's husband and also her manager. They have a YouTube channel, and in the videos, you will see Sidney sitting right next to MoNique. When MoNique went up to the Breakfast Club, Sidney Hicks was there as well. Okay, boy, oh boy, where do I begin? I think different cultures or different cultures look at certain things as it pertains to a man and a wife's relationship different, because I can understand some people, maybe the millennials and some of the newer age thinking women. I can see why they think that Sidney Hicks needs to sit back and just chill and, oh, this ain't about you. MoNique is the one that is the celebrity. However, like she said, Sidney's her manager. He's the one that has negotiated, like she said, some of her biggest deals. And I feel that if MoNique definitely puts her husband to the side and gets new management, she's not going to. I guarantee that she isn't. I can see that. But if she does, do you know how vulnerable she will be, especially in Hollywood? Like, she would be eaten up by wolves. And I don't see anything wrong with her husband being by her side and also being her manager, especially because MoNique wants him there. Right? I mean, I get it. Some people may think like, oh, Lord, why is Sidney there? The only thing that I wish that I would no longer hear is her calling him daddy. That's their relationship and all, but it's just so cringy. It's weird to me. Anyway, I don't see anything wrong with her husband standing by her side. There have been plenty of women in the industry whose husbands were their managers and protected them. I look at it as protection. Maybe some people are not used to, and this is no disrespect, but maybe some people are not used to someone really being by their side and having their best interest and protecting them. And I don't see anything wrong with that. They're married. The two of them are one. Yes, we know MoNique is the one that's the household name, but what we didn't know was her husband was behind negotiating a lot of those deals. Now, as far as their marriage and their relationship, I don't care. I mean, that to me, that has nothing to do with anything that I'm talking about, right? I don't look at him as controlling. He is her manager, you know. And if she doesn't want him to play the background and be in the background, and he agrees to oblige by his wife's request, what's wrong with that? And also, I like visually, I like what it represents. This woman is not left by herself to deal with these wolves. She has a strong black man. Well, let me stop saying strong black man or woman, because I have a problem with that descriptive word. Anyway, she has a partner, her man, her husband, by her side. And visually seeing a black woman, you know, being supported and protected by a black man, some entities, and y'all know what I mean, they don't like that. Some entities don't like that, but I think visually it is a good representation. And business-wise, she has somebody that has her back. So for Whoopi Goldberg allegedly to say to her, it's your husband, you need to get rid of your husband. Whoopi Goldberg might have been saying to get rid of your husband as your manager. I don't think she was telling her to get rid of her husband as a husband. I mean, that would be out of line, but whatever. So tell me what you guys think, because I could ramble on and on about said topic, but I don't. I want to try to make this video as quick as possible. I'm not against it. I don't have a problem with it. And like I said, MoNique is comfortable and content with her husband. She trusts her husband. That's her partner. So of course she's going to want him there. You know what I mean? The hashtag protect black women is still floating around. And here it is. We have Sidney Hicks, protecting his wife, who is a black woman, and he's met with such criticism, negative criticism, right? I don't know. A lot of people may agree, a lot of people may disagree. Those are just my opinions. I personally don't see anything wrong with it. And any of us who have an issue with it, MoNique doesn't care because he's been her manager for how long? And you know what? Before I move on, let me say this. Her husband is not the problem. It's the industry that's the problem. The industry is the problem. Never mind that, you know what? Let me move on. Is her husband really the problem? All right, up next, speaking of marriage, Cardi B. This is according to TMZ. Cardi B files to drop divorce officially from Offset. So Cardi B, she wants the court to know what she's already made clear to the world. She and Offset are good again, and she's calling off the divorce legally. So Cardi filed documents in Georgia to officially dismiss the divorce that she set in motion back in September. She should be getting used to this, actually. It's the second time that she's changed her mind about leaving Offset. Although she didn't actually file divorce papers the first time. According to TMZ, Cardi and her man, they worked things out very publicly during her birthday celebration a few weeks ago. That was all over social media. But what do they mean she didn't actually file divorce? Oh, the first time around. Okay, yeah. Got it. Not this time around. Sorry. All right, so you guys know she had her birthday party, and we saw all types of shenanigans going on. She was all on her husband. So, and they've been good, it seems, ever since. So he lavished her with gifts, and she was very vocal about wanting to get with him. While Cardi was thrilled about their reunion, some fans were pissed about it, which prompted her to go off on them. Let me tell you, some supporters or fans, if you call them that, whatever you call them, some of these fans be doing too much, man. I'm sorry. And I get it. Like, oh, Cardi, you can't be talking to your fans like that. They're the ones that put money in your pocket. Yeah, I guess. But you pay for a service, which is her music, right? That doesn't give you access to her life. Like, leave some of these people alone and let them live their lives. Listen, Some supporters or fans or whatever, they're not above being checked. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion. Anyway, so she went off on her fans. Interestingly, Cardi filed her dismissal without prejudice, which is legal talk for reserving the right to refile the divorce at a later date. Just so you know, Offset. Oh, Lord. This is why I always say marriage is for grown-ups, because, you filing for divorce, you saying you're going to file for divorce and breaking up. Then you actually filing for divorce and then taking it back, dismissing it. It's just you playing with your marriage. Like, if does Cardi realize, I wonder if Cardi realizes that once let's say you do this again, hopefully you won't have to, but let's say you do this again, you threaten to leave him and then you don't leave. Do you realize that those threats are going to become pointless? They're going to be empty. It's just like a child. If you tell a child, I'm going to take away your phone, I'm going to take away your cell phone, I'm going to take away your cell phone if you do that. If you don't do that, I'm going to take, and you don't take away the cell phone, you're programming the child that your words mean nothing. A judge still has to sign off on the dismissal just to formalize it. Good luck, Cardi. I don't even know what to say. I don't even care. It's just, it keeps them circulating in the press. Like, if you want to play around with your marriage like that, girl, have at it. All right. This is Tawanda Braxton and this is Trina Braxton. Now, they recently sat down with Claudia Jordan. It was Tawanda, Tracy, and Trina. And baby, Trina... When they sat down with Claudia Jordan, Trina was, she was nice. And what I mean by that, you could tell she had a little taste. You know what I mean? She was a little tipsy. And she kept it together, but girl, this is not cute. Oh my God. Oh boy, Trina, she's really a trip. Anyway, they also sat down with the Hollywood Life podcast, and it was a very interesting podcast. In my opinion, what are they doing? Promotion for Braxton Family Values. I recently gave commentary about the Braxtons, and the title was, Are the Braxtons FOS? Full of bleep. And some of you said yes. Some of you didn't answer the question. You just kind of like, gave your opinions about Tamar, which is fine. But I just think that they're full of it. I think that they're full of it. Everybody. Now, Iyanla said something when they were on Iyanla Fix My Life to the mother. And she said, the fish stinks from the head down. And the mother being so... I don't want to say nothing disrespectful about Miss Evelyn. The mother being so defensive and so unable to just listen to what Iyanla was saying. The mother immediately started acting like Tamar. Ain't no fish over here. Ain't nothing stink over here. You didn't even get what she said. You didn't even take the time to listen to understand what she said. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you know what she meant. Bottom line. It starts from the head down. Fish don't have a pleasant smell, right? So the fish stinks from the head down, meaning this situation, this rotten situation going on with all the Braxton sisters and the entire family, it starts at the top. Both mother and father, and it trickles down to the children. Because she, and I said, you know what, Miss Evelyn, just cut the crap already. And of course, Tamar was laughing about that. Ain't no fish over here. I'm like, oh. I see why Iyanla's calling this her last season. She tired of y'all. Y'all be wasting her time with the foolishness. Anyway, so the Braxton Family Values, they're launching into their 7th season. Again, this is HollywoodLife.com. So Thursday, oh boy, are y'all ready? November 5th is when the 7th season premieres. So they're going to be talking about, of course, we're going to be seeing Trina. She's got married. They're going to be talking about the pandemic that separated the family for months in March. One of the biggest stories, of course, fans have been anxious to see play out is Tamar Braxton's situation. Now, Tawanda basically said during the podcast with Hollywood Life, she said, we only touch on it just a little bit, just to get the elephant out of the room and discuss how it affected each of us. This is what Tawanda Braxton said on the podcast. We don't dive into the deep-seated situation that occurred because we were very sensitive to where Tamar is mentally and emotionally, and we want to respect her by allowing her to tell her own truth her own story. So when Tamar recently was cussing everybody out and getting mad with her family and WeTV because of the trailer, she said that they restaged the scene where Tony was in the booth and she found out, she got a phone call. Does Tamar not realize, right, that something like this will and can not only affect her sisters but her mother too? Are they not supposed to speak about how they feel about this situation? When all of this was going on back in the summer, Tamar's summer situation, the sisters weren't even on their social media talking about it. And then I know Tracy, she had a movie that came out, I think on BET, and she did promotion. She promoted the flyer, and people tore her to shreds. Oh, your sister is going through X, Y, and Z, and you worrying about promoting a movie. Have you seen your sister? Never mind. People don't even think that she's contractually obligated to promote the movie. Right? Someone with some sense actually broke it down. Someone who is a media, someone. He was in the comments. I think I did commentary about that as well. And they tore her to shreds. Mind you, I guarantee that Tamar probably let her sisters know that she doesn't want them speaking to the press at all about the situation. And they obliged. If they would have spoke out, oh, why are you telling your sister's business? If they don't say anything, oh, you guys ain't saying nothing. All to satisfy some people's itchy ears. And I feel like this situation obviously affected them too, not only because that's their sister. What is going on? Trina, when she was sitting with Out Loud with Claudia Jordan on that interview, she said that, I think it's because of the alcohol, she didn't realize what she was saying. She said she wants to know who leaked the tape. And she found out via social media like everyone else did. And she wished that she would have gotten a phone call. Trina, 911 calls are accessible to just about anyone. That's how TMZ gets 911 calls. A lot of these media outlets get 911 calls and they release it. It's not that somebody released the tape per se. Like, I think she was trying to insinuate that David was the one that leaked the tape. I mean, anything's possible, but when this was reported, David didn't give them a tape. Like, they can call 911. What am I trying to say? It's public information. That's the word. Whatever. If you notice, I still haven't done my review for Tamron Hall. And I have my notes typed up, but it's just like, do I even want to expel that much energy? I think they're all FOS. I really do. The mama too, the father who seems to just be able to dodge any responsibility, even on the show when they were on Iyanla. So I think that this is promotion for their upcoming season. I'm going to watch for sure because I've been watching the Braxton Family Values. Why the heck not? And I do want to see how Trina's wedding, she seems happy. I want to see how her wedding unfolds and things like that. But Tamar, I just don't understand. Are her sisters not supposed to have a reaction to what went on? You better not. I can see her now. Y'all better not say nothing. I don't think that's fair. They should be able to express how they felt about the situation, how it made them feel, not necessarily getting into the nooks and the crannies of the situation and what led up to the situation. But are they not supposed to express how this all made them feel? And they were being attacked by the media as well, by especially on social media. So they can't express how they felt. Trina added, yes, in her own way, because she has to be ready to reveal the ins and outs of how she's feeling, how she's coping, how real mental health is, and how necessary it is for people to seek help. It does not help her healing process if it's constantly in her face. And she has to be able to tell it in the way she needs to tell her story. Yeah, okay. So you guys already know what happened back in July. Now, this was with Hollywood Life, as I said before, if you're just coming in by any chance. Also, on Out Loud with Claudia Jordan, I can't play any of that clip because I tried to play a clip from Fox Soul, from whatever, Cocktails and Conversation, and I got tapped on my shoulder. So Trina said something interesting. Trina said in reference to Tamar. Tamar has to tell her truth, you know, whatever her truth is. She basically said that Tamar can have her version of the truth, which differs from someone else's version of the truth. That's Trina that said that. Tracy wasn't really saying too much. Claudia asked them, you know, what do you guys think about David? Trina jumped up and said, I don't think about David. I have my own life. Tawanda did the who. I don't know who that is. You know, they're full of it. They did the same thing with Vince after Tamar and his relationship started spiraling downward. But now y'all cool with it. Y'all go ahead and play around if y'all want to. I don't think we'll ever know the truth. Not that we have to, but just come on, man. Give your audience a lot more respect and credit than to think that you could hit us with the okie doke. A lot of us are not simple, and I don't care how much Tamar can sang with the stank on it. That does not mean that she doesn't have issues. Same thing with Tony, all of them. Just because we like Miss Evelyn, for God's sakes, and oh yes, Miss Evelyn looks great. Just because someone's outward appearance is appealing to us does not mean that they can't be FOS. Full of bleep. Who cares? I'm going to be tuning in. Bottom line. I'm sure you guys will too, and I definitely will be reviewing the show just like I did last season. All right, Royal Family, that's it. That's all I got. Ain't got no more. So please, if you came in late, go back and rewind and listen to the commentary in its entirety if you want to. If you're watching the replay, please make sure you pay your admission fee by hitting the like button. Drop your respectful comments in the comment section. Please do not put any profane words in the comments. YouTube is doing a sweep. So sometimes you will type something. If the YouTube system thinks that it's something derogatory or unacceptable, it will hide your comment, and sometimes it won't even show up at all. So I am not deleting comments, but please don't put any profanity in the chat. Just don't, because I really want to see what most of you guys have to say, if it's worth reading, because some of y'all be putting some foolishness in there and I have to delete. But anyway, yeah, so that's it. This concludes, I'm all tongue-tied, this episode of the Morning Boogie. Depending on where you are, it's probably the afternoon, and some of you are probably watching this later on in the evening, but it's all good. So that's all I got. I'm trying to think. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for watching the videos. Thank you for sharing your thoughts and commenting. I am very, very grateful. Again, today is Tuesday, November 3rd, 2020. It is election day. So hopefully you guys got your drinks ready, because I know some of you are on edge. I am not watching any television. I am not going on any social media platforms at all today. I do have my notes all typed up for the 2 other videos that I have to put out. That is going to be, or maybe 1. I'm going to do the Iyanla Fix My Life with Shay Johnson, because I really did enjoy that. I was supposed to do it yesterday, but I didn't. Okay, I'm rambling at this point. So like the video if you liked it. Again, that's your admission fee as well. Drop down in the comments, share your thoughts. Please make sure you have your notification bell selected to all. This way you won't miss out on any of my uploads. And if you want to join the conversations over here with the Royal Family, all you got to do is click the subscribe button. Okay, I am winded. I'm out of breath now. I got to go. Until next time, folks. Peace.